13th Street, which there's a picture here. But that's the church I was baptized to. I never even knew there was a river baptism. I've heard of it, but I never even thought. This must have been pretty good time before my time. Because that church was in existence when I was born. That was 1929. So that river baptism had to be way before my time.
What was going on back when you were a little boy, about 1929? The stock market had just crashed. What was the depression like here in Davenport?
That was a big depression here in Davenport. Everybody was on welfare. Welfare city. I remember, well, there's one building here now that down 3rd Street. It was the old visiting nurses building. But everybody was on welfare, except those people, which was no maybe more than 4 or 5 different families that were well enough off, that was not on welfare. But everybody was on welfare. 1929, and I grew up in that. That's all I remember.
How did your church keep running if there wasn't, other than the 5 families? Your church just, how did you keep going? Because, you know, a lot of times you had to pay your set pastor's salary and things like that. How did you do that during that time?
I remember that they always took up collections in church in the pastor's office. I remember the choirs and the programs they gave, and from time to time there was other churches came by from out of town. And they came from all over, some coming from as far away as Chicago. They have programs here. And I remember the revivals they had. They were very inspirational revivals. I mean, everybody from all over, irregardless of what church they went to, they came to 3rd Baptist was preaching. They had some good preachers to get revival. The first minister that I ever knew was a minister by the name of Hunter, B.H. Hunter. I grew up around with him, and finally he left and went to another church. But he was the first pastor that I ever knew in 3rd Baptist. And he was a preacher. Really, as people would say, he turned the church out. Because he was a very inspirational preacher. My foreparents, along with some other people, helped to found 3rd Baptist. There was the Hart family, that was my grandparents. And then there was uncles and brothers on my mother's side that helped to found 3rd Baptist. This was even before she got married, or my mother got married. She was a young girl. And these men were all Southern men. My grandfather came from Memphis, Tennessee, and one of my uncles, Milton Howard, he was an uncle by marriage, well, he was kidnapped by some white people and taken back down south, where they forced him to work as a slave. And finally, he broke out there and came back to Davenport. And was very active in the church, and finally wound up as one of the head deacons. My father, as I said before, was known for praying. People love to hear that man pray. When Stanley Mitchell prayed, couldn't help him fall. Nothing, everything went dead white. I remember so well when he prayed, he had a way of taking a handkerchief and spread it like a big deal. He spread it out on the floor before he kneeled down. I suppose that was in order to keep his trousers clean. That's what he would do, and everybody knew it. People used to laugh. So he'd take that handkerchief and run it down, smooth it out, and then he'd get down and get ready to pray. But when he got down to pray, everybody shut up and listened. It was really an experience to hear my dad pray. I remember when it was with my mom, my mother used to get more requests to sing solos than she could possibly answer. Everybody loved to hear her sing. I mean, my mother had a singing voice that, to me, I've only heard maybe one or two other women sing like that. It was really something to hear her sing. And as I said before, she sang until she got too elderly. She was a singer.